Welcome back. The UAE's bid to reach the finals of the 2014 World Cup in Brazil was dashed on Tuesday evening as they lost to South Korea. The UAE side lost 2-1 at the Suwon Stadium in the capital as Korea's Park Chu-young scored in the 50th minute and an own goal by UAE player Majid Nasser in the 63rd minute put the Koreans in the top of Group B with 7 points from 3 matches. Ismail Matar, however, made up for the previous own goal with a score in the first minute of injury time. This was the 9th win for the Koreans out of 13 matches, having drawn twice and lost twice. And Iran thrashed Bahrain 6-0 in their 2014 World Cup Asian qualifier in Tehran on Tuesday and topped the Group E standings after 3 rounds. Iran played almost the whole match against a 10-man Bahrain after Rashid Al Houthi was sent off within the first minute for a dangerous tackle and the hosts took full advantage. Iran coach Carlos Queiroz said his side had prepared well for the match. Denmark were lifted to a 2-1 win over Portugal on Tuesday, which sealed the hosts' place in next year's European Championship and condemned the visitors to a playoff spot. Denmark's goalkeeper and captain, Thomas Sorensen, said there was a lot of hard work behind the victory and advancement. Olsen also said he hoped his team would be able to produce some good quality football at the championships next summer. Meanwhile, Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo scored a consolation with a trademark dipping free kick at the start of stoppage time, but it was too late for the visitors, who will go into the playoffs.
So many young players in the team, and for a lot of them it will be a first, and to go to these competitions is, it's the highlight in a player's career. So for us, obviously, we're really proud, happy. We worked for nearly 2 years to get to this stage, and obviously, when you do succeed, it's a fantastic satisfaction.
And Samir Nasri's second-half penalty sent a nervy France into the Euro 2012 finals after a 1-1 home draw against Bosnia, who also had to settle for a playoff place following their Group D decider. France began the final qualifier a point ahead of the Bosnians and needed at least a draw to qualify automatically for next year's finals in Poland and Ukraine. The expectations of a nation are on New Zealand's All Blacks to win the Rugby World Cup, and the pressure is mounting as they face Australia in this weekend's semi-final in Auckland. The tension is growing in the rugby-mad country as the host team tries to reach the tournament decider for the first time since being beaten by South Africa in 1995. They last won the trophy in 1987. Scrum half Andy Ellis told reporters today the intensity of the semi-final would be unlike anything they had experienced before.
This is probably the biggest game a lot of our boys have ever played in, and same for them as well. So the intensity will probably be something we haven't encountered before, which is great, So I suppose we'll just have to find out there, and I don't know if you can buy into too much of what's happened in the previous years, last few years that we've played them. Obviously played them a lot because I think this was going to be completely different again.
Australia has won 2 of the last 3 meetings between the sides, including the Tri-Nations decider just 2 weeks before the World Cup began. 5th seed Marty Fish became the first big casualty at the Shanghai Masters when he lost to 49th ranked Bernard Tomic, but fellow American Andy Roddick did make the 3rd round. World number 9 Fish began well but started overhitting his returns and crumbled in the 2nd before Australian Tomic broke serve at 4-all in the 3rd, sealing a 4-6, 6-1, 6-4 win. Meanwhile, a frustrated Roddick battled through defending Bulgaria's Grigor Dimitrov 7-6, 7-5. First seed Rafa Nadal and Britain's world number 4 Andy Murray are set to play their first matches. Speaking at a news conference, Nadal said he needs to improve his serve.
That's the important thing for the future. I have to serve a little bit better because a lot of players are playing really well today, and for moments you cannot do much when they are playing very well. So you have to be there surviving with your serve. And that's something that I have to do it for next year for sure.
And Tiger Woods was at least grateful he could announce his own name in the field of the Chevron World Challenge. Woods expressed gratitude to the tournament committee Tuesday after squeaking into the event he hosts and has won 4 times. His world ranking stayed just high enough last month to qualify for an exemption, and he'll be at Sherwood Country Club in 7 weeks for the final event of his so far winless season. He'll join an American heavy field of 18 from the 3rd of November through to the 4th of December.
It's a pretty busy time of the year, for a lot of the guys. A lot of the tournaments go around the world, but we're happy to have this type of field, this depth. The world rankings now are part of the event. That's also one of the lures, I think, why we're getting such strong fields. And more importantly, I want to thank the committee for picking me to play in the event. Thank you very much to the committee of the foundation. I really appreciate it.
And that is your sport. Now, all those Kim Kardashian fans will be extremely happy to know that the reality star has landed in Dubai. Kim arrived this morning and was spotted at the Atlantis Hotel on the Palm, with her mother and manager Kris Jenner arriving in Dubai on a later flight. The US socialite Kim will take charge of the millions of milkshakes counter and whip up her signature shakes at the chain's new outlet at Dubai Mall. The recently married 30-year-old will join a long list of Hollywood actors, including Pamela Anderson, Miley Cyrus, Leonardo DiCaprio and Reese Witherspoon, who have created their own milkshakes. And now let's take a look at your weather forecast for tomorrow. Before we head out, here are your top stories again. UAE Cabinet passes draft budget for fiscal year 2012. More than 100 medical professionals honoured in Dubai. And floodwaters continue to threaten Bangkok. Well, that brings us to the end of the bulletin. If you would like to get in contact with us, you can at news@city7tv.com or by calling us on 04 367 2230. But from the entire news team, it's goodbye for now.